Quaid Azam, Part 66. Some striking differences between these two great Indians are lucidly conveyed by Hector Belito in Quest of Jinnah. He writes, Jinnah was a source of power, Gandhi an instrument of it. Jinnah was a cold rationalist in politics. He had a one-track mind with great force behind it. Then Jinnah was potentially kind, but in behavior extremely cold and distant. Gandhi embodied compassion. Jinnah did not wish to touch the poor. But then Gandhi's instincts were rooted in India, and lifelong he soiled his hands in helping the squalid poor. Not so Jinnah, for having been uprooted repeatedly in his childhood, then moved too frequently, he neither easily belonged, nor did he relate with comfort. Besides being quintessential constitutionalist, he had to follow a different course for him to adapt to the changing times, to the dusty trails of the rural India. Was not at all easy. That is why he found it so difficult by around 1920 to maintain his position at the national level, given Gandhi's arrival and rapid ascendancy. Besides, there was no province, not one, not then, not later, that he could rely upon totally as his exclusive parish. His lack of ability to adapt the integrity politics of the masses always remained a problem. Whereafter his status as a Muslim, it must be accepted, further handicapped his position at the national level. For in nationalist politics, the scene had already got crowded. As a Muslim, yes, there was a role for him to play, but only in the second rank. For Jinnah, a secondary status was galling. What he had always sought and most attained was the center stage. Yet now, how could he, when so many factors constantly kept pushing him to the periphery of it? Lloyd and Suzanne Rodolph, professors of political science, Emeritus University of Chicago, in correspondence with me, have shared thoughts briefly on the same theme. They hold Jinnah could stand Gandhi, but his reason, I believe, were markedly different from those driving his hatred of Nehru. Almost from the beginning of Gandhi's entry into national politics in the 1915 to 1920 era, Jinnah thought of him not only as a rival but also as a posier, a fake and a demagogue. They shared an English experience that included common mentors, patrons, and admirers, and studying for and becoming a barrister. And they shared the common patronage in India of Gokhale, a moderate and liberal. Jinnah acquired the style of an English gentleman and the views of a liberal. Gandhi did too for a time, as photos of him as a successful barrister in South Africa and his efforts to secure the rights of British subjects for the Indian minority in South Africa attest. But by the time Gandhi returned to India from 21 years in South Africa, he had begun to